Hey everybody, welcome back to Fisher's Marching Tiger Band version 2020. It's been a weird ride so far, and we hope most certainly that you and your family are safe and healthy. You know, we miss you guys. We can't wait to see the veterans, and we're so excited to get to know all the new members. This year has been like any other that we've experienced before, so hang in there, be Tiger tough. The videos in this session will discuss the show reveal and most importantly, how to sign up for this year's season. Did you know that marching band in Indiana is huge? Probably even bigger than basketball, though I think the movie Hoosiers might say a little differently. But Bands of America, Drum Corps International, Music for All, and the Percussive Art Society are all housed here in Indianapolis. All innovation and breadth of design for the pageantry of the arts begin here in Indy, and we are so excited to call this place home. You know, the Fisher's Marching Tiger Band is the ambassador ensemble for the band program. We play at all home football games, pep rallies, local, regional, and national events and competitions. In recent years, the Tiger Band has been an ISMA 5-time state finalist and a Bands of America Grand National Championship semifinalist. You know, this is the time of year we gather again as a family and we talk through the season and concepts and new ideas and schedule and amazing opportunity. You know, last year we had 275 students in our ensemble. That's huge. That's a big family. And like you, if you spend a lot of time with your family the past month, it's probably been a lot more than what you would normally spend, but it's so nice to be around family. And, you know, you guys are really our second family, and we can't wait to get back with you. You know, behind the scenes, we've been working diligently as a staff and our designers to give you an amazing show. And this show actually mirrors, in essence, what we're going through right now in our culture. That we will endure trials and tribulations and difficult times, but hopefully we will find these beacons and these amazing people and amazing opportunities to light our path and pull us out of this mess. You know, we have an amazing new architect. His name is CLIF Walker, and he's been a friend of our program for a long time. He's been a band director at Blue Springs. He's on the design team for the Cavaliers, and he's the one who's really plotting our show design and process. We also have a new drill designer by the name of Richard Hinshaw. He's the Cavaliers Drum and Bugle Corps drill designer, and he also writes drill for Avon. So we have really amped up our design team and our design game, and we are so excited about it. Next up, Mr. McCready will also explain a lot of things, specifically our registration process. So hang in there, and I'll be back with you in a little bit.
Hi everybody, it's Mr. McCready. I just want to echo Mr. Kohler's excitement for the season and vision for what's going to happen this year. I think it's really going to be great, and I can't wait to get back working with you. I will be working with you primarily again in the area of music and instrumental music especially. But what I want to talk about today is how you get registered for marching band on the website. And this is the homepage that you're going to see. Right now, since it's before Tuesday, there's a little blurb about marching band here, but that will change into a big button where you can get registered for marching band. So you'll want to click that. I will go through the marching band menu in order to get to the right page, but you should be able to go directly there. So on the main marching band page, there's all kinds of information about the band and, you know, some things that you can read through and download. But what we're going to talk about right now is how to get registered. So when you get to the registration page, you almost can't miss it. You can hit the register now button, or it's under step 1 down here too, and that'll take you right to the form. But just so you can see, there's a few steps here to do. The main thing is that you want to fill out the registration form on the website, which we'll get to in just a minute. Also, along with that, we are collecting a $50 registration fee with everybody's registration to help us cover some costs up front and just to secure your spot in the band. So make sure that you have the registration form filled out by May 15th and you have paid your $50 registration fee, which is just a deposit on the whole season. By the way, we are not assuming that you are going to do marching band, even if you have done it before. So everyone in the band has to register by May 15th, including returning members. So you will fill out the form. There's a link to download the marching band handbook, which has information that everybody is responsible for. And if you are new, there's a lot of things in there that you'll want to be familiar with. And even if you're returning, please read through that and make sure that you are aware of our policies and information inside the marching band handbook. If you are a junior or senior or an older member of the marching band and you are thinking about being a student leader this year, which includes drum majors and section leaders and field crew, things like that, there's also a link that will take you to the leadership application on the website, which is also due by Monday, May 11th. So let's go right to the registration form. It's very self-explanatory. Everything on here you should be able to figure out. But you put in your personal information, what grade you're going to be in next year in the fall, not currently, but in the fall, please. Your personal email and phone number, your parents' name, phone number, email. If you have more than one parent, just put in one of them for now, and we will make sure to update that later on down the line. Also, we want to know what you primarily play in band, any wind instrument or percussion, or if you are planning on joining the color guard and you don't happen to play a band instrument, you can also choose none or other. There are lots of color guard members from orchestra. And we want to know what you want to play in the marching band, all right? Which, again, if you're in the color guard, there's a spot for that. There's percussion spots here, and then the marching band instruments. So that might be different from your primary instrument, and that's fine. And if you are willing to play other instruments, maybe you're a trumpet player, but you're willing to play mellophone or baritone or tuba or something if needed, why don't you write those down here? And if you are interested in being in the student leadership team, there's a box to check for that. Down here at the bottom, there's a signature form and an opportunity to tell us how you plan to pay the marching band deposit. Now, if you select the online via PayPal option, when you submit the form, it's going to take you right to PayPal so you can pay it right away. At the end of all this, you'll get an email, and your parents will get an email following up saying you've submitted the form, and if you have not paid that $50 fee, it'll have a link in there to take you to PayPal or the information for sending in a check. And you can also pay with your student account if you have a positive balance only. If you don't have $50 in there as a positive balance, then we'd ask you to pay online or send in a check. But if you do have those funds in there, then that would be fine. So at the end of all this, you'll get an email and with some more information in it, and then you'll just want to wait for us to communicate with you again. And in the month of June, we plan on sending out some training videos, making sure that you have access to the music that's already been written, and we'll keep updating you with everything that we can so that we can be as prepared as possible as a band when we get to band camp.
Next up, I'm going to talk to you about our typical flow of the season, but we all know that it's going to be a little atypical. We will continue to follow the safety guidelines of our government and administration to make sure that everybody is safe and healthy. In May, the color guard and percussion usually host a series of clinics and auditions. Obviously, we are unable to do so because we can't enter the building, but be on the lookout for some video tutorials from our percussion and guard staff relating to fundamentals, technique, and equipment. Well, since producing these videos, ironically enough, we were just informed late last week that we can no longer host our June camp. All extracurricular, athletic, and performing arts activities have to wait till after 4th of July. So we will reconvene in July. Please be patient with us as we work out the details with our staff. We also know that you might have family plans already in place. Please make sure that you do that. Family is important. Also, please make sure that you communicate with us once we post the schedule, that if you have any conflicts, just let us know and we will work it out. The 2 weeks before school starts is an amazing time. That's where all the magic happens. The show music is learned, drill is learned, we start to insert props, and we have an amazing time. Students have pool parties and spirit days, and it's all capped off with a family preview night for everybody involved. After that, school starts. And I know the thought of school sometimes makes you go, ugh, but I know a lot of students are really itching to get back into their family of friends and colleagues and students and teachers. When school does start, our normal rehearsal schedule is Tuesday and Wednesdays after school from 3 to 6 p.m. Thursday evenings, we call that our stadium rehearsal. That's when we're on the turf and under the lights. That's where a lot of things really come together. It's an amazing rehearsal process. And then on Fridays, we typically do some rehearsals and then some home football games. On an average season, we usually do about 4 or 5 home football games with an occasional home sectional game thrown in there as well. Then, as we near probably middle of September, we start to head out. We might do an invitational at the Avon Marching Band Invitational or Lawrence Central Marching Band Invitational. We host our own Fishers Marching Invitational on September 26th this year, 2020. And then we head into our Indiana State Music Association, otherwise known as ISMA, and Bands of America competition schedule. The culmination of ISMA and Bands of America have us winding up in Lucas Oil Stadium, and it is an amazing opportunity to play for thousands and thousands of people. At the end of the season, we always have an amazing banquet at the Embassy Suites in Noblesville, and we celebrate our seniors, and we celebrate all the accomplishments and all of the amazing help that our parents, volunteers, and community offer us.
Hello, my name is Robin HEASLEY. I'm so glad that you have decided to join us and at least check out the band program and kind of learn a little bit of what it's about. I am this year's senior president. You will, in the next video, get to meet my junior president, Dan FURNISS. You might be wondering, what are the boosters and why are they important? Well, the boosters are you. Anyone that has a child in the band program, in any band program, from a concert class to jazz band to pep band to marching band and any of the other programs that we have, and yes, definitely including Guard. So you are the booster members and you have a purpose. You have a very important purpose. Our job and as an organization is to help the kids achieve their goals. So we work alongside the directors and we provide funds. We provide volunteers or anything else that we can figure out how to provide in order to help our kids achieve what they want to achieve in the best environment possible. This year, I have had the great privilege of working with some pretty phenomenal people. So we are a big band program, and in order to achieve our goals, and we have some pretty lofty goals, and we are this close to achieving some of them. But it takes a lot of money. And in order for us to be able to keep fees down, and we understand that times are really challenging right now, and it is going to be even harder this year for a lot of you to be able to afford to keep your kid in band. So we are making a commitment to you that we are doing what we can to keep fees down and to raise enough money so that it does not hurt the program in the long run. We have several fundraisers, our normal fundraisers. The big ones are the car wash. We typically have a big rummage sale in June. Obviously, that is postponed or we don't know what, but it's a great fundraiser we're hoping to be able to keep. We have a 5K that raises quite a bit of money for us, but our biggest fundraiser is our invitational. You'll begin hearing more about that as the season gets closer to its fruition. So to the beginning of our competition season, we will host at the end of September our invitational, and it requires everyone. It is a huge day that begins. Many of us will be there at the crack of dawn and not be leaving until usually midnight. It is a great day, so exciting, super fun, but it really requires everyone's attendance and everyone working together. So be looking for information about that and how you can volunteer. But there are also opportunities for you to be able to raise funds for yourself. In addition to our general fundraisers, the car wash service sale, the 5K, and the invitational, we also have an opportunity for band families to earn money that directly goes into their student accounts. There is more information about that on the website when you search personal fundraising. But this is an opportunity for you to go downtown, work at the convention center or Lucas Oil, and you have the opportunity to work banquets and some sporting events. Many families in our midst have never paid a dime out of their own pocket to marching band because they have very diligently worked so many events that they have paid everything band-wise through their work. It's a great opportunity. If you're struggling, I highly, highly, highly recommend it. It works. It's hard work, but it's good work, and it is also a really, really good way to meet and get to know on a different level other band families. We need volunteers, and volunteering is a great way to meet new people and to get to know your kids' friends and the parents of your kids' friends, and to make your own connections within our band family. So there are many ways that you can do that. We have opportunities that fit every personality. So if you like to cook, and you like to cook for groups, or you like to just serve food to kids so you can see and interact with the kids and kind of get to know them a little bit. There's chaperoning, where you can ride a bus and walk with them through their events and hang out with them, really get to hang out with your kid and your kids' friends. And they're just, I can't say enough about the character of the kids in this band and what a great opportunity it is for you to get to know them by chaperoning and volunteering. There's also equipment and props. It takes a lot of manpower to build these props, to get them out onto the field. So while there is some need for helping to build some of the props, some of the things that are needed on the field, there's also some need for help at the events, pushing equipment on and off of the field in a timely manner. Again, there are lots of other opportunities. Those are the highlights. They're a great, easy way to just kind of step in and get your feel for what's going on. Your first year is very, very overwhelming, and it kind of feels like drinking water out of a fire hose. And that's okay. I highly encourage you to pick one of those. Pick a couple of times to volunteer to serve. Pick to serve food, or maybe one event to chaperone. But I highly encourage you just to find one or two opportunities to volunteer and get to know some new people.
Oh, whoa. That was last year. Hello, friends! My name is Dan FURNISS, and I'm looking forward to serving as your senior band booster president this upcoming school year. I hope you're as excited as I am to see these talented kids compete. I'm going to run through some instructions for a minute to help ensure your marcher is correctly registered for the 2020 fall season. Let's start off by talking about cut time. Cut time is the management system used for the Fishers Band program. Part of its purpose is to communicate official information from the directors and the boosters to students and parents. It will also be a place to sign up for volunteer opportunities as well as download important documents. Financial statements will come from QuickBooks and are sent out twice a month. The official calendar and general information for the Marching Tigers is at our website, fishersband.org. Thank you for your support, and we'll see you soon.
Hello everybody, my name is KYLEE Hubbard and I'm the director of the Fishers Color Guard program. Now is the time that you want to sign up for Color Guard. We start in May, and that is when we are going to start sending out videos to teach you everything that you know. So everything that you need to know is, you don't need to know it yet. We are going to teach it to you. We are going to teach you how to dance. We are going to teach you how to throw things in the air and catch it, which is not only very important to our activity, it is very impressive to your friends. In June, we are going to get together virtually for some camps. This is our first learning camp. It's going to be the band, the percussion, and the color guard. And we are going to have some time with the staff one-on-one. And remember, this is all done virtually, so we're going to be doing it online. And then in July, this is where the real fun starts. Hopefully, you'll be able to get together. We'll be learning some choreography, and you'll be learning your show. And this show is what we're going to be working on all season long. So now you know the skills, and you've been working on them, and you've been perfecting them. So now we are going to be performing it. We're going to take this show on the road. We are going to compete and go to competitions and perform for our family and friends. It's going to be a really awesome time, and I hope you join the Fishers Marching Band program because this is really something special. So join us for 2020.
What's up, Fishers? My name is Jesse Backus. I'm the percussion director here. Very excited to be jumping into year 2 with this incredible program. For everyone who's new, welcome. I can say as somebody who was recently welcomed into the community, even though this year requires a little more patience than usual, it is worth the wait. It is a very special place, tons of passion and a pretty eclectic energy within this culture of the marching band. So excited to get everybody to be a part of that live. But until then, we've got some pretty unique and exciting opportunities ahead in these next couple months, starting with our audition process, which for percussion will involve a one-on-one video for us to get to know each other musically and personally, and just get to kind of chat as we lead into our first rehearsals live together. You will also be receiving some show music coming up, and that's especially cool as we get to kind of allow everyone to see inside the belly of the beast that is becoming a pretty incredible 2020 fall production. I know all the designers and staff behind the scenes are very excited. I know the next couple months will allow us to get some pretty incredible work done. We've got some videos coming to create a little bit of an online curriculum, which sounds very academic, but it really gives us an opportunity to hit the ground running when we are finally able to come together again. So until that point, it is very nice to virtually meet everyone. Excited to do it in person soon. Stay safe, stay healthy.
Okay, here it is. The moment you've been waiting for. The 2020 Fishers Marching Tiger Band Show. The show this year is called Odyssey, and odd spelled capital ODD. There's a huge emphasis on the odd. And much like the environment in which we're living right now, a sea and a journey within the sea is one of treacherous waters and uncertainty and lack of hope and lack of faith. But have no fear, because our color guard, who are our sirens / mermaids, will be helping us navigate these waters and pulling us to different environments. One of the things that we're looking at is we're looking at new band tops. So not the traditional marching band uniform, but something, well, a little bit more odd. Maybe some of the things that the color guard will be spinning and throwing might be a little odd. And some of the percussive elements that we'll be playing will be odd as well. Who knows? Maybe the wind instruments will be playing through the other end of the horn. Just kidding. That's too odd. But here's some other thoughts from our designers and team regarding our show.
Hey Fishers, hope you guys are doing well, staying safe and healthy. Super excited about this 2020 program and honored to be working on it with the design team. Had the crazy idea of doing a show that would give us permission to go not only to a bunch of different places, but give ourselves permission to do music from all kinds of different genres, all kinds of different styles, kind of like our favorite things, kind of put together in this really cool adventure through all these different looks and feels. I think it's going to be really special, and I'm super excited to get started with you guys, and I know you're going to enjoy it.
The musical content of this year's show is really exciting for me. Playing off of the title Odyssey, you're going to hear some varied and strange musical sounds, things that are very different from each other, as well as a bunch of things that have some nautical connection too. The primary theme running through the whole show is based on Young Person's Guide to the Orchestra by Benjamin Britten. Benjamin Britten wrote this piece in 1945, but it was based on a 17th century piece of music by English composer Henry Purcell. You'll hear that theme at the beginning of the show and several times throughout, and then we close the show with the finale from Young Person's Guide to the Orchestra, which is a very famous and exciting piece of music. We also combine that throughout with the popular song Somewhere Beyond the Sea that's been recorded by several pop artists and jazz artists throughout the 20th century. The first kind of strange place that we go to involves the music of a composer named Ludovic Neuer, who wrote a test piece for the European Brass Band Competition. These test pieces are designed to push the artistic limits of the brass band ensembles, which are really, really big deal in Europe. And his composition, which was written in the past few years, has really been hailed as groundbreaking and a big divergence from what the typical test pieces are. So there's some great, interesting sound effects in there. And we've used just a portion of this, like 20-minute work in our show, but it would be cool for you to check it out sometime. The piece is called Dear Cassandra. When we move over to the Jazz Island, we're featuring music by famous composer Wynton Marsalis, who is also, of course, an amazing jazz artist and the director of the Lincoln Center Jazz Orchestra. He put together an album of music several years ago, and this track that we're featuring is called Woman in Blue, and it's a really haunting melody, very intriguing, mostly a duet between a trumpet soloist and saxophone with some really cool percussion stuff thrown in. After the Woman in Blue, we move over to more of a tribal sound and a very percussive sound. This is all based on a John Mackey piece called Wine Dark Sea, and our interpretation of it involves the percussion sections and a little bit of trombone playing. Following the tribal percussion movement, we get to the beautiful ballad portion of the show, which is really exciting for me. This movement is from James Cameron's 1989 movie The Abyss, and is written by Alan Silvestri. If you want to look it up, the piece is called Bud on a Ledge. Bud is the main character in that movie, and it's just a gorgeous piece of music and really builds to an exciting climax. The ballad and the way we build out of that to the last part of the show should be probably one of the most exciting and most beautiful things that anybody hears this marching band season, and I'm really excited for us to play it. We transition right out of the ballad, right back into the finale from The Young Person's Guide to the Orchestra, and seamlessly woven into that will be themes from the rest of the show, and especially quotes from the song Beyond the Sea. The way the show wraps up with the return of all those quotes and the finish of the Benjamin Britten piece is really, really satisfying, and I think you guys are going to love it.